Hi, I'm Teja Gerken with Peghead Nation, and I'm here with a very cool new model from Bourgeois guitars. This model is called the OOC Coupe DB Signature. DB is, of course, Dana Bourgeois, the founder and head of Bourgeois guitars. This is a very cool new design that they've come up with. I asked Dana about the background on this guitar, and he told me that they've had a lot of requests for kind of a modern parlor guitar, a guitar that's really easy to play, that's easy to hold, that, as he actually called it, could be a great couch guitar. Rather than kind of trying to modernize a traditional parlor design with a very small body, what they've done is they've taken a double O size body, but in the shape that would be used on a 14 fret guitar with the slightly shortened body as opposed to a traditional 12 fret double O body. And they've matched it with a 12 fret neck. And of course it retains the short scale that a double O would always have. On this particular guitar they've added a cutaway, so even though it's got the 12 fret neck, you still have access to the 14th fret as you would on a 14 fret guitar. And the result is really quite impressive, I think. I have seen a similar concept of using a 14 fret style body with a 12 fret neck on triple O size guitars before, and there's other makers who do similar size guitars, but this is the first time I've seen a traditional double O 14 fret style body made it with a 12 fret neck, and I think it's a very cool concept, and it's very exciting that Bourgeois is choosing to go this route with this OOC Coupe. So, like all Bourgeois guitars, of course, any of their models are available in a lot of different wood combinations, and the company is essentially a custom shop. This being a DB Signature, it uses some of their highest grade materials. In this case, it's a H-tone Adirondack spruce top. H-tone means that it's been torrified to kind of simulate the aging process by treating it with heat. The back and sides are master grade Brazilian rosewood, and this really is some pretty spectacular wood with beautiful sap wood in the center of the back. The color is just incredibly rich and kind of chocolatey, as people sometimes refer to it. This really, you'd be hard pressed to find more beautiful or more high quality Brazilian rosewood than what Dana pulled out of his stash for this particular guitar. Really very beautiful. It's got koa binding both on the body and the fingerboard of the guitar, highly flamed koa binding. Even the peghead features the koa binding, so that really offsets really every element of the guitar. You also will see that there's some herringbone purfling around the perimeter of the top. This is what they call the DB Signature herringbone purfling. Beautiful design, kind of a traditional wooden rosette. And it has the diamonds and square fingerboard inlay, and you'll notice that it has the floral inlay in the peghead, a beautiful floral inlay, and so as to not kind of obscure the inlay with the company logo, the Bourgeois logo is actually on the back of the peghead, which is something that Martin used to do on some guitars, and over the years it's been used to put the company logo on the back of the peghead. So in some ways it continues a tradition that's been around for a long time. So I mentioned that the guitar has a short scale, which contributes to its ease of playability. It has a 1 3/4 inch nut width. The spacing at the saddle is 2 5/16 inches. So definitely a fingerstyle friendly instrument. You heard me play a little bit of Bach on it. The short scale definitely helps with these with these stretches. And overall, I find this guitar to have quite a bit sort of OM-like qualities. You would tend to think of a double O maybe not having quite the bass response that a slightly larger guitar like an OM would have. But by moving the bridge back, which happens as a result of having the 12-fret neck, you tend to gain a little bit of bottom end on a guitar. And this is a great example. I'm in Nygaard tuning here. And it's a very rich, warm sound that definitely, compared to, let's say, a parlor guitar, which was kind of part of the concept that Bourgeois had in mind with this, is definitely a lot more fuller, a lot more balanced than most typical parlors would be, and yet you definitely have the playability of a much smaller guitar, both in terms of the body size and sort of the stoutness of the neck. You don't have to reach out very far with your left hand. This could also be a great guitar if you were to play in more of a classical position. It would be very comfortable to play that way because of the shorter neck and the slightly smaller body. So you heard me play the guitar fingerstyle in Nygaard in the beginning of this video, and the guitar is beautifully suited to be played like that. It's got a very nice response, quite a bit of volume. I would have no hesitation playing this at an acoustic gig or using it in a recording session. The balance certainly is very well suited to playing fingerstyle. But definitely the response and the attack is really it's very even all around. That's how I would describe the guitar. It's really a lot of fun to play. There's no sort of weird peaks in the frequency response or the dynamics of the guitar. Just incredibly balanced. But I also find that it plays very well with a pick. You certainly wouldn't attack it as hard as you would maybe a dreadnought or a jumbo guitar, but really quite satisfying to play, and I could definitely see using it to accompany songs or use it in a recording studio type environment. So I'm tuned back to standard tuning now. Let me strum it a little bit for you to hear. So the fundamental qualities of the guitar, the great balance, sort of the rich tone, the nice warm trebles, and the sort of slightly contained but rich bass response that the guitar has, just really leads to a wonderful balance all around. It doesn't matter how you play it, whether you're playing it fingerstyle and alternate tuning as I was in the beginning, or you're strumming it. It really has that quality throughout, and this is a brand new guitar. It was literally built just a few weeks ago, and I'm certain that as it matures and ages, all those qualities are just going to bloom and develop even more. So wonderful guitar, great new direction for Bourgeois to go in introducing this concept of the 12-fret double O, which they're naming the Coupe. The cutaway certainly adds functionality with the shorter neck of the guitar, and in this case, with the DB Signature woods and appointments, it's really quite a spectacular guitar, and I definitely encourage folks to check these out at a Bourgeois dealer. My name is Teja Gerken. Please come join us here on Peghead Nation for more of our gear demos. We'll go out with a little bit more fingerstyle playing on this guitar.